Hello, my dear beautiful souls. Welcome back. I just thought of starting a new series, which you will find in a separate playlist on my YouTube channel, where I would be talking about some specific special combinations in your horoscope. These combinations, according to me, are absolutely non debatable, but yes, exceptions may come up, or depending on your nakshatras or depending on your birth time accuracy, things may change, very less probability. But 99% of the times, I have noticed that when these combinations exist in your chart, there is a particular psychological pattern and life pattern that will manifest. Of course, you can work towards it, you can try to minimize or optimize the effects. All right, nothing is on it's not a line on the rock which you can never erase. Okay, to some extent yes, but we have also got the tools where we can work towards these combinations, or we can better them, or we can try to reduce uh, their the negative effects. All right, but we'll not go into that right now. This series is dedicated to knowing what those combinations are and what are the possible effects you may see in your life. All right, I'm going to start with this particular chart. All right, I'm not going to plan anything. I don't want to come up, think about combinations and make videos. I'll just make these videos based on whoever client approaches me and I see some very glaringly obvious uh, combination in front of me, which I feel should be discussed. All right. For example, okay, you see a Lagna chart and a Navam's chart in front of you. Now, what is Lagna chart? What is Navam's chart? Please watch the basics of Jyotish playlist. Okay, and lot more videos are going to be added in that as well. All right, short, simple videos. But you will come across what is Lagna chart and what is Navam's chart in one of those videos where you can learn the very basics. All right, so I have Lagna chart and Navam's chart. Now, what is the first thing I see? All right, of course, I will have a look on the first house. All right, the ascendant. This is the ascendant, right? The first house. I look at the sign Capricorn, the 10th zodiac sign Capricorn. Then I'll see where the Lord is sitting. The Lord of Capricorn is Saturn. Okay, so first house, ninth house, the sign in the ninth house, all of these things become very important to me for the preliminary analysis of the person's life. All right, as I've mentioned in one of my previous videos, that first house is extremely important. And if you are good at astrology, if you're a good astrologer, then sometimes just by looking at the first house, you can come up with a lot of predictions, okay, and a lot of understanding about the person's psyche, or how the person's life might pan out, or what career choice he can make, or what kind of love life he might experience. A lot of things can be understood only by the first house, and so I give a lot of importance to analyzing the planet sitting in the first house, the zodiac sign in the first house, where the Lord sits, okay, the house, the dispositors. All right, that's generally how we proceed, but my style is little different based on whatever little experience I have about Jyotish. Generally, I have a habit of trying to understand the core of the problem. All right. Now, generally, I use this technique that I'm discussing right now with you when someone approaches me with a problem. All right. Mostly people approach an astrologer with a problem, right? But in my case, I generally encourage people to approach me if they want to design their life, to make some constructive decisions. Okay, you don't have to be always in the mess to approach an astrologer. That's not what I do, right? I help people in whatever way I can to design their lives, all right, to make some constructive life choices or to avoid certain paths, all right? So once you fall into the ditch, you may not receive any help from me. What's the point? Because I'll ask you to uh, drop a few things, go back on your decisions, which you may not like, all right? But yes, if you are uh, open minded enough, you can still approach me. If you are ready to make massive changes, if you're ready to take big leaps in your life, no matter how big the problem is, you can still approach me. All right. However, right now I'm talking about someone who approached me with a problem. Okay. Now I don't want to know the problem. I just want to see your chart. Give me your birth details. I look at the chart. Okay. And before even the ascendant, I will see, listen to this carefully. I will have a look at where your Rahu is placed. Rahu is your, and permit me to use these words, it's a pain in the ass. Okay, Rahu is a beautiful planet, can bless you with lots of riches, lots of beauty in your life, but at the same time, Rahu is all about insecurities. Rahu is also about illusions, not fantasies, illusions. Something that you believe is true, but it is not. So it kind of creates brain fog. It kind of creates a brain fog, confusion, illusion. So as I always say, every planet has a light side and a dark side. There are plenty of good qualities in Rahu, and in the modern times, Rahu is a very, very good planet, important planet, which you can utilize to better your life. All right. But at the same time, you should be aware. Awareness is the solution for Rahu. All right. If you're aware about certain tendencies, certain psychological ways of thinking which are not working in your favor, then you can take some actions towards that. Okay. So if I want to know, if I want to just have a snapshot of what is troubling that person, all right, I'm not talking about anything else right now. I'm saying, what is that pain in the ass? What is that thing that is pricking you day in, day out? Then I look at Rahu. Where is Rahu placed? Which house, which sign? I hope I'm making myself clear enough. All right. Now, this person who approached me, okay, she's actually the wife of this person. The chart belongs to a male native, and his wife approached me. All right, just to do an assessment of the chart. Now, when I looked at Rahu, Rahu is in the sixth house. Sixth house is all about your inner war, your inner conflicts. Sixth house is about pain and suffering. Sixth house is about your daily routine, a painful routine. You have to go get up and do your work. There are no goody goody stuff in sixth house. Sixth house is all about getting up, taking actions. Sixth house is about fighting for your rights or to uplift yourself. Sixth house is about uh, court cases. Sixth house is about your bad health, diseases. Rin, Rog, Shatru, as they say in Sanskrit. Rin is debt. Sixth house is about your debts, the liabilities that you incur on yourself, no matter whether you want it, you don't want it. These liabilities will come and sit on you, on your shoulders. So sixth house is the burden. All right. I won't call sixth house a negative house, bad house. No, sixth house is very essential for your growth. And when you have a planet like Rahu, which is very intense, it's a blessing. All right. So when you have strong, intense, malefic planets, as we say technically, all right, technical word, malefic, something which who is a who carries a lot of negative energy, or I would say carries more of negative energy. So, my dear friends, a planet with negative energy, more of negative energy, is always better to be placed in the sixth house, because sixth house is a battle. It's a battleground. So you can't really do well if you have soft planets there. Of course, there are good sides to that as well. Like if you have a Jupiter in the sixth house, the classical astrology says that it's not good, but in my view, it's a huge blessing to have Jupiter in the sixth house as well. Coming back to Rahu, Rahu is a headstrong planet, okay, full of desires, full of strength, one of the strongest planet. And Rahu is someone who desires to become the sun, Surya. All right. Rahu can eclipse the sun, can eat up the sun. So, guys, tell me if there is someone who desires and has the capabilities to shadow out someone like sun, should be really strong, right? So it's a very strong planet. So, Rahu in the sixth house, number one, the first prediction, this person is a very good fighter, can really fight well. Enemies, sixth house is also about competitors, enemies. So this person can really fight them well and can defeat them. So whenever you see Rahu in the sixth house in anyone's chart, don't mess with them. Unse panga mat lena. They can destroy you. They have the potential to destroy you. Now, when I'm using these hard words, destroy and all, don't take them literally. I'm just translating them from the classical astrology. What I mean to say is you will tire yourself if you get in conflict with such people. You will lose your peace of mind. All right. Now, does that mean these people enjoy the fights? These people do not enjoy the fight? No. Rahu in the sixth house is a classical recipe for losing your day to day peace of mind, because if you have Rahu in the sixth house, there will be conditions every day where you will have to fight, you will have to get into a conflict, you will win, but you will still have to get up and fight. Hmm, interesting combination. All right. So, to summarize, fighting, getting into conflicts is a daily routine for this person. I'm not saying it's his profession. I'm not saying he's a police or into army. I'm not saying that. Whatever the profession is, this person will get into conflicts every day. He will win those conflicts most of the time. All right, but no peace of mind. No peace of mind. All right. Now, this thing is clear. Now I will check with whom are these conflicts happening. Wait, with whom are these conflicts happening? And I could see that the Lord of Gemini, 3 is Gemini here. So in the sixth house, the embedding is of the Gemini sign. Gemini sign is embedded there. We have the energy of Gemini. The ruler, the Lord of Gemini is Mercury, sitting in its own sign again, Virgo, because Mercury rules both Gemini as well as Virgo. And it is sitting in the ninth house, which is of dad, father, all your fatherly relationships. Even your guru is your father. You look, so these are all the masculine archetypes in your life, all the men in your life, the males, the masculine in your life who are strong, who dominate you, and whom you look up to with respect. That's your ninth house. All right. So now this thing is very clear to me that this person does not enjoy he does not enjoy a healthy relationship with his dad. All right. He has conflicts on a day to day basis. So, did I do a detailed analysis? Did I go into the nakshatras, the navamsh, the divisional charts? No. Just by looking at the seed, Lagna chart is the seed. All right. The potential. Now, when Rahu is in the sixth house, and this person is around 35, 30, I'm sorry, 40, 40, 43 years old. 43 years old. So a lot of things have already manifested in his life. If this person was, let us say, 10 years old, then I would have to go deeper because a lot of planets have yet to give the results. But I already know this person has crossed 40, 42 years of age. So Rahu is already giving results. So I clearly said, your husband does not have or does not enjoy a good relationship with his dad. Okay, he has fights, and Mercury, who is the lord of the sixth house, is in its Mool Trikon sign, which means it doesn't get tired giving out its significations. That means this person is a very, very, very good fighter with his father, unfortunately. Unfortunately. All right. He's a good fighter. He can put across his points very well, or maybe sometimes violently. All right, we'll not go into that right now because there the Mars will be involved. All right, I'm giving you out a very simple combination, a simple way of analysis. So first thing, I checked out where Rahu sits. All right, that gives me a clear idea. Rahu sixth house, a warrior spirit, likes to fight, but disturbs his peace of mind, cannot enjoy peace, cannot enjoy quiet moments, but can defeat his enemies, his competitors. Now, the dispositor, Mercury, dispositor means the ruler of the sign in which Rahu sits. The ruler is sitting in its own sign, its Mool Trikon sign, very happy fighting, and it is sitting with Saturn. One more thing. So it's a karmic relationship. Saturn, Mercury together is a karmic relationship. Saturn brings in your karmas. It's a judge. It passes on the judgment. So maybe I'll not go into the mystical side of things. I'll not talk about past lives and all that. But it is quite possible that the father and son were related to each other in past lives as well. All right, because we in our conscious state, we never say that I chose my father, I chose my mother. We don't choose, right? So far as I'll not go into the divine dimension or we have made choices in other world. I'll not go into that, not required. But since I'm born in a particular family, I have someone as my father, I have someone as a mother. I didn't choose them, they didn't choose me. So this situation is called as a karmic relationship, where you have to be with someone, you have to acknowledge that this person is your father, this person is your mother. You have to acknowledge it. You didn't make the choice, at least consciously, and now you're settling the debt. So the father and the son here are constantly fighting, day in day out, day in day out. Sixth house is the daily routine. Sixth house is the daily routine. So the fights are happening every day. So, guys, are you understanding? Just by looking at two houses, one and two, the sixth house and the ninth house, Rahu and the dispositor of Rahu, I could predict what is happening between the father and son. Now, SU, sun. This is the planet sun, the Graha sun. Better to use the word Graha rather than planet. All right. So Grahas are bodies who uh, enamor us with their energy, who capture us. Grahan karna in Hindi, that someone who occupies us, who mesmerizes us. All right, so sun is a graha, okay, and sun again denotes fatherly figures, your dad. So if you want to check uh, your father, what is happening with him in your birth chart. So besides the ninth house, you should also check where the sun is placed. Ninth and 10th, both are related to father and fatherly figures like boss. 10th house is boss, ninth house is your guru, and your father. Father is your first guru, mother is the fourth house. All right, so each of these houses and each of these planets also signify a particular relationship in your life, a particular person in your life. So, sun is your father. Father is sitting in the eighth house. My goodness. Any planet that goes in the eighth house, it's my guarantee to you, you will have conflicts with the relatives signifying that planet. So Sun in the eighth house, if you have Sun in the eighth house, by the way, it's a great combination for learning occult sciences. So Sun in the eighth house, you can be a very good healer. You can be a very good astrologer. All right. You can be a very good money manager because eighth house is others' money. And you have planet like Graha like Sun there. So you have a lot of energy in the eighth house. But eighth house is also about hidden conflicts, sudden eruptions. It's a rabbit hole, right? Alice in Wonderland. You must have read. It's a rabbit hole. You don't know where it will lead you. And you have planet like Sun there. So it's like a guarantee that this person will definitely have an extremely bad and violent relationship with his father. All right. And again, Sun is sitting in its own house. All right. Sun here is sitting in Leo. Leo is the natural rulership of Sun. That means Sun again is very powerful. Now, what do I conclude? That this person, this chart, this person is extremely overpowering in his fights with father. I sense some violence as well. All right. But let's not talk about that right now. So just by looking at Rahu, Mercury, Saturn, Sun, and the corresponding houses, I could make out that this person has, unfortunately, it's extremely unfortunate that I have to say this, he has his father as his pain in the ass. His father is his biggest pain in his life. Very unfortunate. In psychology, we call it father issues, daddy issues. All right. So this person definitely has father issues. Now, since the planet Mercury is involved here, which means these conflicts, Mercury signifies a lot of things. One of the things is your business. So these conflicts are definitely affecting this person's business. This person is self-employed, doing very well, making a lot of money. But because of his father issues, because father issues is not only restricted to father, please understand. And here where we combine astrology with psychology, we combine both. All right. So if you have daddy issues, it's my guarantee to you, my written guarantee to you, you will face problems in your workplace. Again, there could be exceptions here and there because we are not talking about physics, chemistry, etc. We are talking about astrology and psychology. So these are human sciences. There could be exceptions, or maybe I have never come across any exception. Anyone who has extremely bad relationship with their fathers will also have, now if she's a female, she will also have extremely uh, tricky relationship with her husband. And if it's a boy, a guy is having a bad relationship with his father, then he will always have work problems, work related issues. He might not get settled down in his work throughout his life. Similarly, there are certain uh, things happening with mother issues, fourth house issues. Now, here things are becoming interesting. This person, this person has Rahu watching, aspecting. When I look at someone, planets look at each other. Rahu also signifies addictions, addictions to substances like alcohol, drugs, etc. Now, Rahu in the sixth house is already a troublemaker for others and also for this person. At the same time, Rahu is aspecting the moon. It's called as the fifth aspect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Rahu has his direct vision, his aspect on the moon, which are the emotions. Moon represents emotions. Jupiter, your wisdom, and Mars, your energy. So Rahu, in a way, is messing up three important planets sitting in the 10th house. 10th house is the natural domain of Saturn. Whenever Rahu aspects Moon or Jupiter, listen to this carefully. These are the sutras that you have to understand. You might not get them anywhere. You might not read them anywhere else. Although a lot of this is already there in Brihat Parashar, Horashas, Surya Siddhant, all the classical astrological texts. But we are not here to become intellectuals. We are here to use astrology for our benefit. So whenever you see Rahu Moon combination, maybe they are sitting together. Sometimes you can have Rahu and Moon together in the same house. Or here Rahu is aspecting the moon, looking at the moon. उसकी जो दृष्टि है वो मून पे है. Or Jupiter, which is your wisdom. Whenever Rahu messes up Moon and Jupiter, along with Mars as well. So anger issues are also there. Anger gets inflated. Mars is energy, the fire. So Rahu is an inflator. Rahu inflates everything, makes it larger than life. Mars is your anger energy. Moon are your emotions, volatility. So this person, so when I see anyone with Rahu Moon combination or Rahu Jupiter combination or aspecting each other, this person more likely than not gets addicted to substances. So yes, this person has drinking issues, drinking problem. He's an alcoholic. He had had a heart attack 2-3 years ago, and he's just 40, 41. So guys, what did I do? Just simple combinations. Rahu Moon, Rahu Jupiter, Rahu Mars, Rahu Mercury, Rahu Sun, Rahu Saturn. Just look how Rahu is controlling this person's life. Now, this person, the same person, could have also used Rahu very constructively. Rahu, what are planets, my dear friends? Planets are energies. Energy is never good or bad. So if you have self-awareness, if you develop certain practices within yourself, if you have a guru, a master who can guide you, and this is very essential in life. Ninth house, guru. So people ask me, I have these problems. How do I resolve them? Have a mentor, have a guru. If you improve your ninth house, by the way, is also your luck, kismat. So if you want to enhance your luck, have good well-wishers in your life, good gurus and masters, mentors, genuine gurus in your life, then all your Rahu issues and Ketu issues will get resolved. Or at least they will substantially minimize. All right. Now, Moon is sitting in the house of Venus, Libra. 777 is Libra. Seventh sign is Libra. The ruler of Libra is Venus. And Venus is sitting in the house of Moon. 4 is Cancer. Cancer. The fourth sign is Cancer. The Lord is Moon. So there is an exchange of planets between Moon and Venus. That means his wife is suffering the most. The feminine in his life is utterly tortured because of his Rahu, because of his drinking habits, because of his inflated anger, because of his lack of ability to take decisions. Now, one very important thing. This person makes a lot of money. And I'll not talk about money in this video. All right, maybe next time I'll take the help of the same chart. But this money does not sustain. So if you receive $1 million on day one, you lose $1.5 million on day two. Not exactly, but just saying. A lot of money comes in, a lot of money is also lost. Lost where? Lost on his medication. This person is on severe medication. As I said, he has gone through a massive heart attack a couple of years ago. Again, Moon, Venus, exchange of houses. Moon is very disturbed because of Rahu watching it. Jupiter, the wisdom, the divine wisdom, consciousness, conscience. that also is getting affected because of Rahu. Moon through Venus is getting affected. Venus in Cancer actually is a good sign, but since this person is already into addictions, he's using that goodness, that wisdom of Venus to enjoy his liquor. Venus is a beautiful planet. You can enjoy it to make a lot of money, enjoy a lot of luxury, but when Venus doesn't function well, it also makes you an addict. You become a womanizer. You chase sex all the time. You chase liquor all the time. You want all sorts of drugs. That is what a disturbed Venus can do. All right. So this is the analysis, the basic analysis, just by looking at the Lagna chart. All of them came true. I informed his wife, these are the things, this is the pain in the ass, this is what is troubling him. Father is the root cause. You need to work out your relationship with him. And there are some other things also which this person needs to work towards. Okay. This is not a detailed analysis of his Kundali. This is just a small fragment, small fragment. All right. Now, I'm also tempted to tell you something about Navmansh. So, in the Navmansh chart, which is like a microscopic view of the ninth house, each of these houses have a microscopic view, microscopic pictures in the form of divisional charts. So, Navmansh chart is your luck. How this seed, this is the seed, right? The potential. How will this manifest the fruit? So I can see very clearly here Saturn again sitting in the ascendant in Leo. So Saturn Sun combination is happening. Conflicts, karmic conflicts with father. All right. Rahu in the eighth, sitting with Mars. Again, whenever Rahu sits in sixth, eighth, and 12th houses, becomes a big troublemaker. In eighth house, it will be like now he will not only drink, he will drink uh, hiding sometimes. So he drinks in front of his wife one peg, and five pegs he will have, maybe going sneaking out into the bathroom or going into a bar or meeting some friend and having five pegs with him. Wife will not come to know. Possible, possible. I'm not saying this is what he's doing, but possibilities are there because Rahu has become naughtier now. All right, in the eighth house it becomes naughtier now. He has learned how to hide himself, camouflage himself, and do all the mischief. All right. So, my dear friends, the purpose of this video is to just give you a glimpse, how you can understand, at least at the superficial level, what is troubling a person, what is happening in his life, because of which the person or his family is approaching me. So, my favorite is Rahu. When I look at Rahu, and of course, I look at the dashas, the Vimshotri dasha, the dasha system, as to which planet is currently active, which planet is giving out its full energies right now in this person's chart. So I also look at the transits, which is called as gochar. I also look at dashas, the mahadasha and the antardashas. Okay, but all that is a little advanced. At the primary level, just by looking at the chart, just by looking at the lagna chart, and just by looking at Rahu and the trouble that Rahu is creating, I can figure out what is really eating up that person. All right. I hope you guys got to learn few things. I think this video has become a bit longer. Anyways, if you're interested in astrology, you will definitely watch it till the end. Okay. So I'll wind up now. Thank you so much. And please bless me and encourage me more because I want that energy and power to come up every day to make these videos for you guys. All right. Thank you so much.